All right. All right, everybody. Happy Saturday. Welcome to our Saturday training call. As you guys know, we do this every Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We don't have to do it, guys, but we do it so that you know what to do week to week, so that you know what to do in the field, you know how to hire, you know how to handle objections. Every piece and part of this business, you're going to get all your information. And guys, every week we have a different a top producer speaking, so you can hear some of the things that they're doing. All right, so that you too can have success. And the way that we show our appreciation is not just taking in the knowledge, because knowledge is not power, but applied knowledge, where you apply the concepts and the things that you hear today and the things that we're doing so that, again, you too can have success. So guys, get your devices out, your notebooks, whatever you use to take your notes, and you are going to get a lot of info today. But as you guys know, we always get started with our top 10 submit. This is for December week 1. All right, and coming in number 10, we have Stephen J, 5,376. We have Karima A, 5,600. Coming in at number 8, Natalie, $5,632. Number 7, Justin M, 6,039. Number 6, Richard M, 6,919. Number 5, Rachel C, 8,001. Number 4, Will C, $10,226. Number 3, Ryan U, $12,690. Number 2, Thaddeus S, $14,126. And guys, there can only be one. Number 1, Stephen H. This is a new guy. I haven't seen him up here before. $31,252. So congratulations to everybody's name that got called. You too can be up there, guys, if you apply this information that we are giving to you week to week. Now, before we jump into our top producers that are going to give us all of our information today, I do want to make some announcements, so please write this down. Number 1 is work spots, guys. If you don't have work spots and you are a licensed agent that is contracted and you are ready to get in the field, or you're already in the field, it's so important to have work spots. If you don't, guys, you know, you could be spending more money versus having work spots where you get your discounts on your leads, guys. You know, we just came off of Thanksgiving where we've had back-to-back discounts on the CRM. So if you do not have work spots, I know we got more coming up, guys. You want to make sure you get that so you can get discounts on the leads. You also have an opportunity, guys, to be plugged into an office that's close to you, where you have an environment, you have a workspace to call your leads and dial them. You can also print your leads. All right, but you have an entire office and environment just for $99 a month. All right, so you do not want to miss that. Definitely get on work spots. Number 2, guys, we're still having issues with this where people are not submitting their numbers or not posting their numbers. Guys, this is super, super, super important, especially if you are looking to build an agency and you're hiring people. Guys, people do half of what you do. And if you do half of anything, they do nothing, right? And part of that recipe to have success in this business is posting your numbers. People are watching you. And guess what? It holds you accountable, because if you feel like you're not posting enough, that should let you know you need to go to work, right? So guys, you want to make sure you're submitting your numbers on Wednesdays, week to week. That is from Wednesday to, I believe, Thursday to Wednesday, or Wednesday. What is it, Kali? I always mess this part up.
It's
Wednesday.
So the number Thursday to Wednesday night at midnight.
Thursday to Wednesday, yes. Thursday to Wednesday, and you want to submit your numbers Wednesday night. Do not wait till the next day. We found out that people who wait till the next day, they submit their numbers after the time, and the numbers are not being reported, so that everybody's numbers can be reported in real time. All right, guys, it's Thursday to Wednesday, but please make sure you set an alarm for yourself where you're posting your numbers Wednesday night. If you don't know how to do it, if you don't know where to go, get with your manager so you can be plugged in, and we can, help you out with that. And again, guys, when we're posting the sales that we've closed, guys, you want to make sure you're posting in the most important places that count. FFL Fury. So if you're on High Voltage or Fury, please make sure, or whoever's team that you're on that has a separate chat, FFL Fury, you want to make sure you post there. You want to make sure for everybody you post in just numbers, okay? And then for everybody, the private Facebook chat that we have, which is FFL National. All right, guys, and last but not least, convention. Big decisions are made at big events. Our convention will be held February, all right, 2nd to the 5th in Miami, Florida. You do not want to miss it. All right, it is a free event, guys. We come from a life insurance company or an IMO where we had to pay for everything, CDs, tickets, buses, the way there. Our comps weren't even that high, and we didn't make a lot of money. So the money that we did make went right back into these major events. Well, the beauty about FFL is that our events are completely free. You do have to pay for your airfare and hotel, but you get all the information for free from top producers. These are not people, I mean, yes, there are people who have been out of the field, but there are also people who are in the field crushing it from all different types of backgrounds, where you get to pick their brain. You get all the information you need in every part of this business. So you can be 6 months to a year ahead of anybody else that did not go. I'm gonna be honest with you. I've never seen anybody that's had success here that did not go to that convention. So if you've planted your flag, or if you're on the fence, or if you're trying to figure out what this thing is all about, guys, you want to make sure you're there. And as a result of that convention is what you see on Facebook and what you see on the group chat, where these leaders are posting week to week, just crushing it. So if you want to be like them, if you want to make that type of money, all right, it is not a question. You must be there. Okay, now we're going to jump into our top producers, guys. And the first person I have the pleasure of bringing on, she is our very own EVP of FFL Fury. Guys, she is amazing at this business. She is the person that taught me this business, who brought me on. So you definitely want to listen to what she has to say. She's actually going to go over objection avoidances. So Kali, take it away.
Good job. Thank you, Corinne, so much. So good morning, everybody. Mike posted a question in the chat about the work spots discount. So the work spots discount is random. It's not just discounts every day. So that we'll post generally, if there is a work spots discount and you have work spots, you'll get a message or email from work spots saying that there's a new discount for FFL agents. And then we also try to do a good job of, when we see it, posting it in Slack. But normally the discounts are for a day or 2 days. Like on, I think it was Thanksgiving, they were doing 70% off just on Thanksgiving. So I hope that answers your question, Mike. So again, good morning, everybody. I'm gonna go, everybody, you wanna definitely get out your pens and your pads, because I'm gonna talk about objection avoidance. A lot of times you hear people talking about overcoming objections, and I'm talking about objection avoidance when you're on an appointment. So a lot of times we concentrate on overcoming objections, but what if you can set your presentation up so that you're not really getting any objection, right? And you're overcoming any objections in your presentation. So by the time it comes to, are you willing to do this, or are you interested in this product? There's no objections because you already covered them. I hope that makes sense to everybody. So I'm gonna need somebody to role play with. That's gonna help me out. Who's gonna give me some valid objection? Or no, sorry, not objections. So I'm gonna avoid them. Who would be a good person, correct? Because I'm driving, so I can't see who's on.
I got you.
All right. Well, Nelly, I kind of want somebody who's been in the field. I'm sorry, I should have clarified that. So, because they know what, I'm saying, what it kind of looks like. I got a bit more experience. I appreciate you volunteering, but someone else who's been in the field.
Miss LaKenya, I can do it.
Who is it?
I got you.
LaKenya. LaKenya's here.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
Julian
here.
or LaKenya, either one. Ladies first. Let's do LaKenya. All
Okay.
right. Thanks, LaKenya. So in my presentation, at the beginning of my presentation, guys, I'm going through a lot of things that I'm going to figure out in the first couple minutes when I'm sitting down with a client, if they're actually interested in what I have to offer. If they have a bank account number, like I'm getting a lot of basic information up front. And for you guys that do not have the or if you are in the field and you're licensed, you should of the like the kitchen table. I can't even think of the name of it. The in-home
The
worksheet,
worksheet.
right? The in-home worksheet. The in-home worksheet, and you can go to fflnational.com, and the in-home, everything that you need for this business is there. Somebody post that in the chat too. fflnational.com. So all of your tools, all of your resources are on that website. So the in-home worksheet is there as well, and that's really going to help you dissect the appointment at the beginning, so that you're not wasting a lot of time on people that really are interested to begin with. I hope that makes sense to everybody. So, LaKenya, so I just got to your house, going through the formalities. Great house. I love it. Love that picture on the wall. So I need to take my shoes off. All of those things. So I'm gonna get into the meat of the appointment. So, Mr. Kenya, there's 3 reasons why people fill out the form that you filled out, right? And if I have a physical form, or a handwritten form, I want to show it to her so that she shows it to refresh her memory, right? So, Mr. Kenya, I'm gonna put it in front of her. So, Mr. Kenya, you filled out this paperwork a couple weeks ago, and most people filled out for 1 of 3 reasons. Number 1 is they don't have any life insurance. Number 2, they have some, but they want more. Or number 3, they're looking to leave some behind. Or maybe you're looking to save money on a policy that you already have. Which one of those reasons did you fill out this form, Ms. LaKenya?
I want to leave some money behind.
So do you already have insurance available? Do you already have some life insurance?
Yeah, I got some life insurance already. It's at my job though.
Okay. You have it at your job. Okay. So you know how that works, right? Like if you're not working at the job anymore, you don't have the insurance. Like kind of like the health insurance at the job. Like you leave the job, you can't take the health insurance. It works the same.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought I could take it with me. That's why I got it.
Yeah, no. I mean, and sometimes you can. It's just going to be very, very expensive. But just like health insurance, if you wanted to have Cobra, if you leave the job and they offer you Cobra, it's very expensive to keep your health insurance. So the same thing for your life insurance, because now you're in a group, and once you leave the group, it's going to be expensive. Does that make sense to you?
It does.
Okay. So, Mr. Kenya, so today, and this is number 2. So I found out why she filled out the form before anything else. Okay. And so, Mr. Kenya, you say you want to leave some money behind. It looks like, we can say that in this case, you definitely need some more life insurance. Now, if you did not come home tomorrow, let's say you got into a car accident and died, and I'm going to be very straightforward, guys. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to use words like, and I try not to use words like pass away, because we need to put this in people's faces, because they fill this out, they're interested, and everybody has 100% chance of dying. Like there's no leaving here alive. And it's our job to get these people, to get them in the right mindset. Life insurance, guys, is an emotional sale. And if you're not pulling out the emotion in the client at the beginning of the presentation, this is how you get to the end of the presentation, and they're giving you a bunch of objections and a bunch of excuses about not getting life insurance. So, Mr. Kenya, if you died in a car accident yesterday and I showed up here today, who would be here picking up the pieces for you?
My husband would have to, of course, take care of the kids. So I guess my husband will be picking up the pieces and
Okay.
making sure everything okay.
How many kids you guys have?
I have 8 kids.
You have 8 kids. Okay, that's a lot of kids. So who takes care of the kids more, you or your husband?
I'm
Like
the
who
one
really,
that
like
takes
who
care
does
of the
most of the
kids.
caring?
I
You take care of the kids. So then, okay. So then, and then what does your husband? What does he do? What's your husband's name?
His name is Brian.
Okay, so we're gonna act like Brian's at the table. Okay, hey Brian. So Brian, if something
Hi,
happened. That's Brian. Okay. Hi Brian. So let's not use your husband. Let's say your daughter. We say you have an older
Okay, yeah.
daughter. Okay.
So my oldest daughter will be the one that's taking care of it. And
Okay.
she is. I'm gonna make sure I'm older, so I'm making myself older. So she's 30.
Okay. She's 30. Okay. And so she would be the one taking care of everything.
Yes.
Okay. What is she? What's her name?
Jada.
Jada. Okay. And what's Miss Jada do for a living?
She is a nurse.
She's a nurse. Okay. So is it safe to say? I mean, I know I do pretty well for myself, but if something were to happen to someone close to me, I don't have the money available to just be able to pay out for even a funeral. Do you think Jada's in that situation where she could take care of your final expenses if something happened to you if you didn't come home yesterday?
Well, I would imagine that she probably have a little trouble because she does got two children of her own. So yeah. So I think she's
Okay.
focused on her
Yeah.
family.
I'm sure, of course, right? And so, and even if she has the money available, do you think she would want to spend it on your funeral?
No, I don't think she want to do that.
Yeah.
But
Okay. Good. So, is it safe to say, Mr. Kenya, that this is something that we need to get taken care of today, so that we don't leave Jada in that situation? God forbid you don't come home tomorrow for some
yeah,
reason.
I don't want to leave that debt or burden on her. And that's exactly, I don't want that to happen.
Okay, good. Okay, so Mr. Kenya, if I can find you something that's going to fit in your budget today, if I find something that's affordable, it's going to take care of what you need to take care of, make sure Jada's taken care of, and your grandchildren as well. Is there any reason we can't move forward with an application?
Do we have to do the application on today?
Well, that's what I'm asking you right now. If I can find you something that's going to fit in your budget, because I don't know if you know, Mr. Kenya, you don't buy life insurance; you have to qualify for it, and so that's why we have to do an application because there may not be anything to think about if you're not approved. So, and it's not up to me.
Mhm.
I'm just a field underwriter. I just put in an application. So we need to see if you're qualified today and see what the prices are, right? Hello.
Well, how would I know I'm getting like the best price? I like because I got a kids and stuff.
But
I
can
just
you
want to.
sound really far away? You sound really far away all of a sudden.
What about the price? I want it. I mean, not the price, but like I want to be able to get
Is
the
that
best
me?
deal. Can you hear me?
Am I the only one having trouble hearing LaKenya?
No, we can
Can
hear
y'all hear
her.
me now?
No, yeah, we can hear her.
Y'all
I
can
think it
hear
might be
her?
your phone. Yeah.
Oh, it must be. Okay. Go ahead, LaKenya.
You're not the only
I'm
one,
sorry.
Callie. This is Jacqueline. It was really, really low at first. At one time, it was really hard to hear her, but she's back.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. All right. Go ahead.
Good.
Thanks, Jacqueline.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
So go ahead.
so I have all these kids and stuff. I have to find the best deal. So how do I know, like with your one company, like I'll be able to get the best
Oh,
one?
no. Okay. So we didn't even we went through that already, Miss LaKenya. So remember I showed you the paper that has all of the different carriers. I'll show you it again. Mutual Omaha,
Oh
Transamerica. So my job is
yeah.
to shop around and get you the best deal. Remember I told you that in the
Oh,
beginning?
gotcha. Yeah. Well, I guess since I really do want to help my family and stuff, I guess it wouldn't be. I can't think of anything except I don't got no money today. That's probably the thing. I don't have any
Oh,
money
and
today.
that's not it. You don't have any money today. You have a checking and a routing and account number, right?
I do.
Okay. So yeah, so we can put the payment to start on the day when you do have the money when you get paid. The next time we can put it on that date. So that's not an issue either. So
Oh,
outside of those things, Mr. Kenya, is there any reason if I can find you something that will fit in your budget? Is there any reason that we can't do an application today to make sure you get covered and make sure Jada's taken care of?
I can't think of it. I would see if I want to get approved. If I can get approved.
Okay, so let's do that. Okay.
Okay.
So, guys, so it really is very simple. I'm asking her. She gave me a couple of objections, which is cool. Um, and but I didn't get to the end of the application for her to say, oh, I want to wait, I want to see. And I'm very assumptive about, I'm very assumptive about her doing the application. Like I'm not saying, is it okay if we move forward? Like I'm saying, if we can find you something today, and I keep saying today, I'm letting her know there's urgency. But she also had to have her tell me the reason why she wanted this insurance. Because again, insurance, life insurance is an emotional sale. And if we don't pull out the emotions out of people, that's why we're not going to get high premiums, because price, guys, and write this down. I want everybody to write this down. Somebody can post it in the chat too. Price is only an issue in the absence of value. And I'll say that again, and somebody can post it in the chat. Price is only an issue in the absence of value. So if you'll see people, they got their nails done, hair done, flies, the houses fly, and they say they don't have any money. It's because they don't see value in life insurance. And so by asking questions at the beginning, asking probing questions at the beginning, when you sit down and get to the client's house, that's how you're going to build the value, or find out if it's valuable to them. Because if somebody says to you at the beginning, oh, I ain't worried about them kids, they can figure it out, my mama figured it out, I had to figure it out when my mama died, you need to leave. Like, let's just be honest. Like, don't waste your time with people that are not looking for you. But we need to be finding this out in the first 5 or 10 minutes, because you got to remember that your time is valuable. And so by asking a lot of key questions at the beginning of your conversation, I don't take out my book bag, guys, until I ask why they fill the form out. And they got to give me a valid answer. And then I'll pull out my sheet and I'll start asking more questions. But they got to give me something to make me want to even pull my bag out. Or if not, I'm going to go to my next client. This is why we schedule so many appointments in a day, because everybody's not going to say yes, unfortunately. These people have filled out a form online, a paper, mailed it back. It doesn't matter, but they may come up with some excuse about why they're not interested in the insurance. And you need to find that out up front. Somebody doesn't have a checking account. You can't wait to the end to figure that out. You ask that on the front end, and ask very straightforward questions. You have a routing and account number. Who do you bank with? Right? Because you don't want to wait to the end of the application. You in the American application and find out all they got is a direct express card. Right? So I think a couple people posed some questions. Yes.
I have a question. I'm sorry to interrupt you. This is Ken. I've been getting this here recently. At the beginning, of course, we do ask if they have their bank account and stuff, and then at the end, when I get to the bank stuff lately, I've been getting, well, I don't want this to come out of my main bank account, so I got to set something up. They tell me this, but I already asked them before that they have a bank account and stuff, and then they say, yeah.
So okay, so how you? I'm not getting that. I don't get that objection. So it's something in your word in LaKenya. So what are you saying at the beginning to determine that he have a bank account?
On the inventory sheet, I said, I got like, do you have a bank account, credit union, or a regular bank? I just say, do you have a regular bank or a credit union or a direct express card? And then they'll tell me regular bank, and I said, okay, and then I keep going.
Okay, so let me help you fix something with that question, number one, because I don't ask that anymore. I don't ask which one they have. I simply, because if you notice, LaKenya, if you ask and they do have a direct express card, if you ask which one they have, they're gonna 9 times out of 10 they're gonna say they have a direct express. And so now you can't write Americo, now you can't write Mutual of Omaha. You got 3 choices for carriers once they say they have a direct express. So number one, the question should be, Miss LaKenya, who do you bank with? And then let them tell you, oh, I don't have a bank account. Okay, but let them tell you, I don't have a bank account, or whatever the case may be. Right? So, Miss LaKenya, we do an application today. I'm going to need to get your routing and account number. So, because the insurance company, not me, the insurance companies want to make sure that you're serious about this application. And so we're going to need that today. Is that going to be an issue for you?
No.
Just like, I mean, we cannot be scared to ask the hard questions. And I think a lot of times we get scared because we don't want to be told no. So we push them too much, They might tell us no, and they're not interested. I'll tell you what, guys, if you push them and they tell you no, they're not interested. They weren't interested in the first place. They weren't really interested. So somebody that wants insurance, they see value in insurance, they are going to move ahead with it. So it's something, again, Lakia, it might be something that you're not building enough value with. You're not, you're not asking enough probing questions at the beginning about the bank account, or maybe not pulling up enough emotion. Because and then another objection. So if you get back to that part, and you get to the part where you said, oh, well, I don't want to take it out of the main bank account. I want to come out of my other bank account. I got to set it up. Okay, so outside of that, Mr. Kenya, what else is stopping you from moving forward? Is it a money issue that like you don't have the money today? And then you got to ask some more questions about what they're asking you. Here's another thing I want you guys to write down is that the first objection is not the real objection. It's an underlying objection underneath that objection. So you have to ask more questions about their objection to get to the real objection. The first one is never the real one. So when they say I need to think about it, that's not what it is. It's something underneath it. So you're going to ask. So, and here's another one. Look, can you put this in there too? The person that asks the most questions is the person that is in charge of the conversation. So when you have a client that asks you a bunch of questions, you're answering, you are at their mercy. They're in charge of the conversation. So it's your job to take control of the conversation. And a lot of times what we do, especially as new agents, is we do a lot of telling versus asking. Because what asking does is they're saying it in their own words. They're saying the answer in their own words. They're not saying it. You're not telling them, you're asking them. So I do a lot, and guys, I've been doing this for a good amount of time. And so but this is taking a lot of practice to respond in a question, because somebody asks you a question, your response should be in a question. So LaKenya, ask me a question. I don't know, ask me, again, ask me if this is going to come out your bank account today. Is this going to come out today?
Is this going to come out today?
Do you want it to come out today?
No.
Okay. When did you want it to come out?
Tomorrow. I don't get paid
tomorrow. Okay, that's no problem. Okay, that's no problem. So I asked her, she asked me a question, I asked her 2 questions in a row. I controlled the conversation, and in turn, I made her give me an answer. A lot of what we do, guys, is really sales and psychology. But if you can understand the psychology of a sale, then you can kill it in this game, right? So, LaKenya, you need to think. You said you need to think about it, Mr. Kenya.
Yes, I need to think about if this is something I want to do.
Okay, so what at the beginning you said you didn't want to leave Jada with a burden, right?
Yes.
Okay, and so what changed since we started? What's different? Mr. Kenya, I hope you don't mind if I'm honest with you, like I would be honest with my own parents.
That's fine.
Okay, so go ahead. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, I was just gonna say I had to think about it because, like, really, like I said, Jada, she's a nurse, and she might not want to do it, but she could put the money up for my funeral. So I just really had to think about if there's something that I want to do.
So here's the thing, Mr. Kenya. One of the things that I would recommend. So again, you don't have any insurance, because we don't even know what have you ever seen your job life insurance policy?
No, I didn't.
Okay, so how do you know what's in it?
But because it come out my check.
No, I got you there. But how do you know what it excludes, what it includes? How do you know the details of the insurance policy of the job?
Well, I just figured it is if I die, I get some money. I don't know. I don't know what's included. I guess I thought that's what it was. So.
Okay. So again, we don't know because you've never seen the policy. You know what I'm saying? It might say it only covers you in the case of your accident. We don't know. So you said you don't want to leave a burden on Jada. Is that correct? That's not changed, has it?
Right. I don't want to leave a burden on her, but she a nurse. She do good. She might have the money.
Yeah, you said she has 2 kids. How old are they? How old are your grandchildren?
Oh, they're 10 and 3.
Okay. They're 10 and 3. Okay. So the baby's probably in daycare. I'm sure most people are pretty strapped for their money. They probably, most people live almost paycheck to paycheck. Not saying that's Jada, but that's most people's situation, right? And so again, Mr. Kenya, what if we put, because we don't even know if you're going to get approved. I told you, remember I said you got to get qualified. You don't buy insurance. Let's do this. Let's put an application in it today. See if you get approved, right? And then even from there, you have 30 days to think about it. You have something called a free look period. So if you get approved, now you have something to think about. We don't even know if you have anything to think about if we know if you're approved or not. We don't know if you're approved or not, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. But you know
Okay.
what,
So go ahead and
Callie?
do your, yeah.
I think my mama actually has insurance on me. Like when I was a kid, I think she got some on
You
me. So really, I
okay.
don't think I need
So
this.
again, okay, so Mr. Kenya, is this important? If this is not important to you, I can go ahead and go. Like if
It's
because it can't be more important to me than it is to you. And this is really what I'm going to do. I'm going to be very straightforward, and this is no nonsense because we're talking about people dying, and if she doesn't take it seriously that she's going to die, I can't care more about it than her for her family. So, Mr. Kenya, if this is something that you're not really interested in, I can pack my stuff up and leave. No disrespect. I'm not here to press you into something that you're not interested in because this is very important. And I told you at the beginning of the conversation, how my father died with no life insurance, and it was hard. And if you want to put Jada through the same thing, that's fine. I can go. So what do you want to do right now, Mr. Kenya?
I don't want to put her through that same thing. Let's go ahead and do it then.
Okay. Okay. So do me a favor. Go grab your driver's license and your route and account number, and we can go ahead and get started with this application.
Okay.
Y'all, you have to be that straightforward with people. Because we are in a very serious business. If you have never paid a death claim before, or you have never lost somebody without life insurance, you don't understand what I'm talking about. But we have to be their voice of reason because people a lot of times aren't thinking clearly, right? I had the lady this morning that I was doing a virtual sale. I was trying to do a virtual sale, but she have a job, and I said, "Do you know how that insurance at your job works?" And she was like, no. She's like, well, if I leave, I can take it. I said, you sure about that? And she was like, well, I said, it's the same thing I'm saying, have you seen your policy, Miss Rhonda? And she was like, no. I said, just like your health insurance, if you leave the job, you don't have the health insurance. It's the same thing with the life insurance. So go ahead and I didn't press her out. She said she's going to check on it because her daughter just passed away. She wanted to check on it and she would get back to me, and that's fine. But again, guys, I didn't just say, okay, well, you have insurance at your job. Bye. Like we have to be advocates for people and their families sometimes because people really don't believe that their day is coming. For some reason or another, they don't believe it. I saw a couple questions come up in the chat. Can somebody read the questions to me, please?
I got you. Hold up. So we have, oh no, I don't see. Oh, okay. What do we do if we run across a client without a checking account?
Leave. Well, unless they have a checking account, Prosperity does take Prosperity takes cards. So if you can do Prosperity, but Prosperity is not the best policy for a lot of people, depending on what their health issues are. But that's going to be their only option is Prosperity if all they have is a debit card. Outside of that,
Can
you
I
don't have
say
any other
something,
options.
Corinne? Can I say something? I mean, Callie, I'm sorry. This is Jacqueline. I know that
Yeah.
Transamerica does take Transamerica.
Direct Express. They
Oh, I'm
take Direct
sorry.
Express only. They don't take cover. Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay. All right.
Yeah,
But
but I want
They don't take
most
just
of those
general
most of those debit
cards.
cards they do have most of those debit cards have a routing and account number. Like if they have like a net spend or something, you can get around the account
Green
number
dot
on
and all
those.
those kind of things, green dot, the rush card, all those kind of stuff they can call and get the routing and account number. But if they just say they flat out don't have a bank account number and they don't have a direct express, like there needs to be a way for them to be able to pay. So that was a good question. Any other questions in the chat?
Yeah, I do.
One more thing I wanted
I
to
have a
Hold on.
question. I'm sorry.
Okay,
Go
can we
ahead.
put the questions in the chat so everybody's not talking over everybody?
Yeah, I'm gonna
Please.
read the question, guys. So put the questions in the chat. While they're putting the questions in the chat, Kali, what I notice is that a lot of people calling me in the in-home, they're not going by order of carrier. Why is it important to go in order by carrier and not to assume that a person is not going to get covered with Americo?
I don't know. You say, why is it important to go? Because because we just don't. Well, if we look at the cheat sheet, right, on the final expense cheat sheet or the mortgage protection cheat sheet, it's going to tell us based on that who we should use, and we want to look at America, look to see if America will cover them first. If America does not cover them, then we're going to go on to the next carrier, right? They will cover them. But America, number one, guys, America is going to keep you in business. America pays us the fastest. They give an instant approval, so you don't have to go to somebody's house go back to somebody's house because they got declined for a certain product. You're going to know right then and there if they qualify or if they don't. And then America also has an 8% bonus. So every December 1st started a new 8% bonus. If you guys don't know, a new 8% bonus started. It started December 1st, and it goes through the end of May. And so you have to write $45,000 in issue paid business through Americo, and that's not even that much a month. If you do that, they're going to send you an 8% bonus check, right? And I believe 8% of 45,000 is somewhere around $3,000. You'll get that in June, and then they do it again from June 1st to the end of November. I think those are the dates. I don't know the dates by heart, but it's the same thing. And you'll get a check right before Christmas. So guys, the reason Americo is going to keep you in business because you need to continue to have cash flow so you can continue to buy leads and you continue to stay in business and helping families. Did that answer your question, Corinne?
Yes, ma'am. And then it says, can Direct Express be used with other carriers? Do they have a routing and account number?
There is no routing and account number for Direct Express, guys. None at all. And what was the first part of the question?
Which carriers take Direct Express? The card information.
So Transamerica, Prosperity, and AIG. But AIG is our very last look. AIG also takes cards, but that's the very last company we want to look at, guys. That's for somebody who currently has cancer, HIV, very, very serious health issues. But the only three carriers that take Direct Express are Prosperity. Write this down, y'all. Prosperity, Transamerica, and for those who don't know what a Direct Express card is, it's the card that people get when they have Social Security, when they get Social Security. So the money goes straight to the Direct Express card. So there's no routing account number. Direct Express card is taken by Prosperity, Transamerica, and AIG. Only those three carriers. And then debit cards are only taken by Prosperity and AIG. So even though Transamerica takes the Direct Express, they don't take regular debit cards. All right, what's next question?
What if someone does not want life insurance? They just want a burial package with funeral home.
We don't offer that. Nothing we can do about that.
They have to go to the funeral home to get a pre-need plan. But that, guys, life insurance takes care of the entire bill. If you're paying a month-to-month package, if they can only pay month-to-month, it makes more sense to. I've had that before. It only makes sense to get life insurance because life insurance is going to pay out the full amount. If they die while they're paying that burial package, guys, the family's going to have to come up with the remainder of the money to take care of the funeral expenses. So it makes more sense to get life insurance. Hope that answers your question. How do you overcome an in-home objection where they say they just want more information?
Leave. I'm, I'm not the right person to do this. Because guys, again, we put in your brain, you're not in the convincing business. They filled out a form. They said they needed your help. And if they're just looking for information, they could have Googled. You didn't have to come to their house to get information. So the same kind of question. So, okay, so you're not looking for life insurance, Miss Corinne? You just want, what information are you looking for, Miss Corinne?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I just got to look around. That's what they say.
What does that mean? I know. What does that mean?
I just gotta, I want to see what the other company is gonna offer me.
Okay, but you remember I showed you that sheet. Let me show you the sheet again. Remember the sheet, Ms. Corinne? I work with 25 A-rated companies. So do you think that I could do more shopping around for you than you could do? Do you think that's possible? I don't know.
I mean,
remember
yeah, I just want to do my research.
What's you researching?
I mean, like I just want to see what's out there.
Okay, so you're not interested in buying insurance, you're just interested in looking around?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's my card. When you figure out what you want to do, you can give me a call, okay?
Okay, girl.
Bye.
Those are the people who typically don't have a no, look, I'm telling you, I'm in the hood most of the day, okay? These are people that don't have bank accounts, they don't have money, they're telling you in a polite way they're broke. And they're want insurance, but they can't. They're not interested. Yeah. Okay. Is it paid as earned when you use a credit card with these carriers?
I believe so. Yes. Yes, it is. Well, yeah, I know Prosperity definitely is. I think AIG is too. I'm pretty sure. You probably should call the carriers, those 3 carriers, and find out. I think Transamerica is not, but again, Transamerica is only Direct Express. I know Prosperity is a yes. I'm not sure about AIG. So you want to call AIG and Prosperity. AIG and Transamerica to find out for sure. I don't want to give you wrong information. Any other questions?
Perfect. Actually, we're going to cut the questions off there only because we want time for our next speaker. So, Colin,
okay.
You want to introduce them, or you want me to introduce them?
I can, and if we can screenshot those questions, Corinne, we can answer those next week. Yeah.
Okay.
Can we do that?
Yeah, we're definitely going to do a continuation.
I'll answer everybody's questions.
But go ahead. I'll screenshot it, and you go ahead
perfect.
and introduce.
All right, guys. So, guys, listen. Y'all want to take notes from this guy here. He's brand new. He's really he's been with FFL. I mean, and I'm saying been with, like, not even contracted. He's only been riding for maybe a week so far. He came from another insurance carrier. Really was wasn't making any money. They sold him a big time dream. And his first 2 days in the field with FFL, he made more money in the first 2 days with this company than he did in his biggest month in the last company. And he was doing real big things in the last company. So he's going to talk really quickly about setting appointments, because, guys, this is the lifeblood of our business, is setting appointments. And you got to get good at setting appointments, because if you don't have any appointments set, you don't have anybody to go see. But he's crushing it, and he's going to tell you how he's crushing it so quickly when he just got here. Josh Khan, are you there? Drum roll, Josh Khan.
Oh, there we go. All right. So my bad. I had to unmute it. How's everyone doing? Hey, Carly.
All right, Josh. Go ahead.
All right, cool. So, first and foremost, I want to give a shout out to Kali, to Corinne, to Darren Henry, and my girl Kelly, because the only reason, well, one of the main reasons why I feel like I have the type of success that I'm having in the business right now is you have to be coachable, right? You have to have great leaders around you, and they have to have the vision, and they have to kind of share that with you, and you have to be open to receiving that. And that's one of the biggest things that I feel like for myself, I take pride in, especially when you have great leaders like Kali and Corinne who are making great money, and it's not by accident. Trust me, there's a proven method that they have. So whatever they say and whatever they tell you to do it. I mean, everything from plug into the live dials. You also want to come into the office. I definitely recommend to go out to the office if you're not too far, maybe at least once a month. Because there's so many things that you can take away from the environment itself, from seeing people that are dialing. There's always big producers there that can always answer your questions. They can actually on the spot help you with rebuttals, help you with setting up your phone calls. What I like to do as far as like preparing for myself, the night before, I kind of set everything up for the morning. I organize which leads I'm going to be calling. I try to set everything up in the iPad for my notes and everything like that. Now, as far as the types of leads that I'm using, ironically enough, right now, because like I just started, so I'm only using, or I've only been able to really use the 3-month old leads through the CRM, but they've been working great for me. It's just a matter of calling and drilling your leads. One of the things that I learned from Ron and also from watching a lot of videos from Shawn Michaels is there are key times to make your calls, right? From from the videos and the podcasts that I've heard, a lot of the great leaders in the business, they actually say that between 7:30 and 9 a.m. If you miss your calls between that time period in a year, you've lost $200,000. You know what I mean? So that's a time period, especially for myself. I find that between 7:30 and 9 a.m. typically I have about 7 appointments already booked through that time period. So that for me is like a golden time period. Um, as far um, as far as like dealing with the dials themselves, I think really it's mostly about a mindset, right? Because the one thing that you have to understand is that all these people that we're calling, they're asking for us. They're asking for the service, and it's it really is just our duty just to get them what they need. So you once you're able to kind of get over that, I feel like that mental hump of having that little bit of fear or that little bit of nervousness of reaching out. um it's all up from there, because at the end of the day, these aren't people that you have to bait and switch like some of us had to do in our previous practice companies, or something that you have to pull a lot of or pull teeth or anything like that. It's nothing like that, because these are people who want the services, they need the services, and they just need somebody to come out and offer to them correctly and give them the right options. Yeah, I mean that's been my take on it. Colleague Corinne.
Josh, what do you say? So, because we're noticing you're booking 11 appointments literally before either 9 or 10 a.m. on the days that you're dialing. So, what is it that you're saying? Because, a lot of people going to CRM, they might be afraid to buy 3-month-old leads. They might want newer leads, you know what I mean? But all leads traditionally are the same, because if, as long as they're new to you, with these 3-month-old leads, what are you saying?
So one of I can get into my little script real quickly, but the biggest thing is
Can we role play it?
Yeah, we could definitely do it. So for me, the biggest thing though, before I start calling, is 2 things you have to keep in mind. You have to be assumptive, always be assumptive, and always be assertive. You know what I'm saying? Now, when I say assertive, that doesn't mean you have to be aggressive, but definitely you want to be assertive. Okay, so we can do a little role play. Mine is really, really quick. I like to get on and off the phone real quick so I can get right to that next lead, because it's all about the numbers. So I guess we could do it. We doing it, Kali?
Yep, that's cool.
All right, cool. Ring, ring. Kali?
Hello, who's this?
Hey, Kali, this is Josh. I'm calling from the Benefits Center here in the District of Columbia. I'm calling you in regards to a request of information that you actually sent out to my office dealing with the new state-regulated life insurance programs. And first and foremost, I just wanted to apologize for taking so long for reaching back out. See, my office has been really backed up due to COVID, but I actually have your date of birth, Miss Kali, here as 1/1/1987. I'm assuming that is that correct?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Fantastic. Okay, so the purpose of my job is just to get you the information that you had requested. Okay, so I have your delivery address here is 123 Sesame Street. I'm assuming that's still correct, right?
That is correct. I'm Big Bird.
Fantastic. Okay, so Miss Kali, so I am actually going to be the new state underwriter here in the district, and I'm actually going to be in the city tomorrow helping
Okay.
out a few families. Are you working, retired, or on disability?
I still work.
Okay, fantastic. Now, what does your work schedule look like? Is that a typical 9 to 5, or are you home during the daytime?
I am. I work. I get off at 7.
You
I
get off
work
at
10 to
7?
7.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, terrific. So, I'm gonna do you a solid, okay, Miss Kali, because I'm actually helping about 10 to 15 families tomorrow, but I can squeeze you in between 7 to 8, or I can actually get you in for that last late appointment at 9 p.m. Which of the two works best for you?
Well, I don't get home till 8. Can you do 8:30?
Absolutely. So do me a favor, Miss Kali, grab a sheet of paper for me real quick. I want to get you this confirmation number and mine and my information really quickly.
Okay.
Okay, terrific. So your confirmation number is da 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 da. My name is Josh. I'll be driving a silver Honda. And just really quick, just to confirm, I had your delivery address was 123 Sesame Street. Correct?
Yes, that is correct.
All
You're
right,
gonna
terrific.
you're gonna deliver
Is that,
me something?
well, yeah. My job is to deliver the information that you had actually requested. So I'm
Oh,
actually
you're coming to my you're coming to my house?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So I actually have to come and verify who you are. That's a that those are things that I have to. There are a few things, excuse me, that I have to verify as far as for the insurance companies to make sure that you are who you are, so that we're both protected. So there's no insurance fraud. They want me to make sure you're still breathing, walking around, things like that. Simple things. It won't take too long. I just have to verify your identity. So like I said, tomorrow 8:30, 8:30. I'll be there. I drive a silver Honda. Now the address that you gave me, is that a home or is that an apartment?
That is an apartment.
All right, terrific. So what's the parking situation for you at the apartment? Can I park on the street or is there a parking lot?
No, you have to park in a visitor parking.
All right, fantastic. Now when I get there, just so I'm not rude, should I knock or is there a doorbell?
Well, you got to get buzzed into my apartment building. You can just call 409 on the thing on the keypad.
Okay,
That'll let you in.
fantastic. All right, terrific. So it shouldn't take me too long to get up there to you. Now, last quick question:
Okay.
Do you have any big dogs or killer cats that I need to be aware of?
No, no. I do actually do. I have 2 killer cats. I have 2 killer cats. Yep.
Okay, don't worry. I'm a cat
So be
person.
careful.
We'll make it happen. Okay.
Okay, sounds good.
All,
All
all right,
right.
terrific.
You
All
said
right, terrific.
Josh
So,
again, right?
absolutely, Josh. So just read off that confirmation number one more time for me, Miss Kali.
67012 Josh.
Fantastic. And one of the first things I'm gonna do when I get there to you, I'm gonna show you my license, so you know you're not talking to a random crazy person. And I'll see you tomorrow at 8:30. All right.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you. See you then.
Click. Click.
Bye. Josh. So here's what I want really because we got 5 more minutes left. So this guy, Josh has only been setting appointments for like 2 weeks, if that. So Josh, what did you do to prepare so by the time you were appointed and ready to go, you sound like you've been doing this for months?
Oh wow. Okay. So this is why I always I want to thank my upline, because Darren actually did an amazing job of putting a lot of podcasts in my inbox, essentially, right? And the podcast that I was listening to, I was able to I listen to like every morning before I leave out, and I recommend this for everybody. One podcast I recommend for everybody: make sure you listen to Shawn Michaels' The Psychology of a Sale. It gets your mindset right every morning when you go in there, and it makes you understand that these people need you. They need you to be there. It's not, you know what I'm saying, so you can feel confident and comfortable. Now, for myself personally, another person that I listen to a lot of, like a lot of, is this guy named Toby Arobu, a young guy coming up in the business. He's doing crazy numbers. So what I would say is in the beginning, before I to the field before I was going out into the field or anything like that, what I would do to prepare is I would constantly listen to the podcasts of different producers and different leaders instead of listening to music and things like that for a few days, just so I can get my mind right and keep it embedded within my memory. And I just kept listening to leaders and just try to be coachable as possible. That's one of the reasons why I also say it's a good idea if you're close to make sure you get out there to the office, because what happens is you're able to share your script. Some of the leaders that are there, they'll hear you, and then actually on the spot they'll be able to give you coaching and to be able to give you the tips that you need to make sure that your script is successful.
Josh, I think one key thing that you're missing, left this out, is that you are getting on the live dials.
Oh yes, I am getting on the yes. Okay, so that's a big part. So with the live dials, I'm sorry, how did I leave that out? Okay, so the live dials is huge. Okay, because everybody is calling during that time period, but it's like live action, so you can see and hear the rebuttals as it's happening. You can and it kind of gives you like that on the spot training. You know what I mean? Because when you're logging for the live dials, you hear a lot of the rebuttals. You hear a lot of the producers set their appointments. So even if you're not sure how to do it or you're not sure what to say, a lot of times those objections and the information that you need, you can definitely get from the live calls. It's super super important.
All right, that's what we needed. Thank you so much, Josh. We really appreciate you. I cannot wait to see your success going forward. Like, this is really exciting, guys. Thank you. I'm pretty sure a lot of people got a lot from you today, Josh.
I
So guys,
appreciate
we're
y'all.
gonna wrap this up, guys. The next, so we will have the live dial start Monday morning, 7:30 a.m. It's posted in Slack. It's posted on Facebook. You'll probably get a text message, automated text message about it. Guys, jump on these things. Get help. Talk to your manager if you need help with something, right? Don't suffer in silence. You don't have to. Because here, like we're here to help, right? And if you don't reach out and you don't talk to anybody about what you're going through, we can't help you get better, right? Because if you have success, guys, we all have success. And the more success stories we can tell and help other people tell, the more people we can bring along on this ride, guys. So reach out. Don't like put your ego to the side. Ask for someone to help you. Get on the live dials. Get on the Saturday training. Get on the conference call. Listen to the podcast. There's no reason at FFL that you cannot make money here. Everybody on this phone call should be making money. And if you're not making money, it's not because the money's not available to you. It's because you're not going out to go get it, doing the things to get the money, right? And it's not about the money, but guys, Christmas is coming, right? So are you in a position where you can only give or buy presents for your family? Or are you in a position where you can buy presents for your family and also help people that are in need? I know right around Thanksgiving, I'm not saying this to brag, I'm just reminding you all, like right around Thanksgiving, I was able to sponsor 5 families, and I can't remember, I think it was $40 a piece, right? For $200 for dinner for them. I couldn't do that 3 years ago because I didn't have enough money for my own family to eat on Thanksgiving. But we want to put ourselves in position not just to be able to help ourselves and help our own families, but to help other people, guys. And the only way to do that is to make a lot of money, have a lot of resources so that you can help other people. But let's remember, and two, towards the end of the month, people are going to start giving you those objections about the holidays. And so you're going to have to book even more appointments so that you have enough appointments to go see people. So run it up while people are not all the way in holiday mode. Get your money up so you can help yourself, help your family, and help other people, guys. That's what this is all about. So thank you so much for jumping on this Saturday call. You guys could have been anywhere else to hear. We really appreciate everybody on the call, and we will see you Monday morning on the live dials, guys. Have a great week.